Welcome from the European Parliament. As the first openly lesbian Vice-President of this European Parliament, as co-president of the European Parliament's intergroup on LGBTI rights, and more than 20 years ago, as the first openly lesbian politician in Austria, the issue you are discussing today is one very close to my heart. The fact that any person should be a second-class citizen in the 21st century merely because of his or her sexual orientation, this is not acceptable. Lesbians and gays born into any of the 78 jurisdictions worldwide which still criminalize homosexuality live in conditions of isolation, discrimination and persecution. We cannot just stand by and leave these women and men and youngsters to this dreadful fate. Those of us who have been blessed with the privilege to play a leading role on the world stage have a duty to condemn and fight against these laws, which endanger millions and force so many more to live their lives in fear. Today, we are discussing a great project conducted by the Human Dignity Trust, which seeks to support us in this struggle. Their series of briefing notes on the relationship between the decriminalisation of homosexuality and good governance provide us and other advocates for equality with evidence and argumentation to persuade criminalising states to change their ways and their laws. Each note highlights how criminalisation detrimentally affects a typical aim of government, such as public health, such as business and economic growth, such as democracy, or such as the rule of law. Of course, different arguments will be more salient and more persuasive in different contexts, and different regimes will respond to different incentives. That is why the really unique feature of these notes is that they can be utilized independently or collectively. Moreover, they can also help us to frame our discussions in pragmatic, evidence-based terms, which is likely to appear less like Western moralizing, particularly in ex-colonial contexts. Nearly half the countries of the world currently retain laws which criminalize consensual same-sex conduct, despite the fact that these laws have repeatedly been proven to be incompatible with international and human rights law. However, in the next few years, during the remainder of our current term in the Parliament, things could and should become a little brighter. With a concerted effort from the European Union and from its member states, from civil society organizations, from non-governmental organizations, from citizens, we can expect some of those countries to remove these heinous laws within the next couple of years. The European Union is one of the most influential actors on the world stage. And it is only right we use this influence to try and guarantee the human rights of not only our citizens at home, but also those beyond our borders. For example, in Africa, things are moving in both directions, with promising developments in the Seychelles, in Kenya and in Botswana, and disturbing trends taking place simultaneously in Uganda, in Nigeria and the Gambia. Beyond this, the EU currently has a real opportunity to influence the Sri Lankan government, given our ongoing trade negotiations, as well as further afield. For example, in Indonesia, where conditions are worsening, there are 2 states which criminalize in Central Asia, and another 2 poised to enact Russian-style anti-lesbian and gay propaganda laws. Russia's growing sphere of influence and its negative ramifications on human rights is something we're all keenly aware of from our observations, for example, of the situation in Ukraine. And this is one of the arenas in which Russia's actions, have proved most concerning. In closing, I would like to say that I'm proud to be associated with this event and to once again congratulate the Human Dignity Trust on so diligently working on this vital issue. I believe we here in Brussels have a unique and crucial role to play in aiding the plight of LGBTI people all over the world, and I'm sure today will better equip us all to do so. Thank you and goodbye and good luck.